Obviously, we've ran a lot of big races in a short amount of time, so we weren't really looking for much. We were looking for like 49-50 type work. Just like to see him on the bridle, see him with good energy, and see that he's moving well, and he crossed all the boxes. He looked really well this morning, and it's all system go right now.
I mean, he's kind of a quirky horse. It's like, does he have to decide it's his idea that he wants to do something, or?
Well, you just don't. You kind of learn your lesson. You don't take anything for granted with that horse. Obviously, his troubles during the winter are well documented. We'd say that he was working, he would come out and he would refuse to work, and then we have a lot of answers, a lot of questions to answer. So we just like to say, generally, hey, he's going to work this weekend, and if he works, he works. But really, no hiccups since Martine started getting on him, since we sent him to Ocala, and he's been pretty professional ever since.
Outside him, I don't know if that maybe caught his attention before the work.
You know what it was, is that they went off so fast early that Martine kind of knew that he wanted to slow him down a little bit, and he just reacted a little bit more than you would expect. And then he went about his business. But it was nothing too much to read into. The only thing that I wish could have been different in the work, and I don't think it has any significance on the way that he's going to perform in the Belmont, is that I just wish Aeroforce's company would have worked better, because it would have given him more of a target. But you know what? Maybe he learned to put away horses today.
How's he doing going into the Preakness, going into the Belmont versus 3 weeks ago when he was going into the Preakness?
I think the same. I think going into the Preakness, I was really excited. We were really excited that he was really sitting on his A+ race now, having had the race at Arkansas, having had the race here in the Derby, and now, you know, with a big effort like he had in the Preakness, you're always a little bit wary whether or not he's going to regress a little bit, and he hasn't shown any signs of any type of regression. He's been on the bridle, he's been happy, and I just think going into the Belmont, we can feel really confident that he's going to run his A race again.
Only 2 horses will have gone through the whole Triple Crown. What's tougher on a horse, you think? The physical toll, or are there mental challenges with them?
I think if you have the right horse, it doesn't matter. It's physically taxing, it's obviously mentally taxing. You got to travel all over the country, going from racetrack to racetrack. But if you have the right horse, kind of like Classic Empire, who almost thrives on racing, almost enjoys and appreciates going to new places, new tracks, keeps his mind fresh and happy, he actually thrives doing this.
Is that the key with him? You've talked about him being the smartest horse you've been around. Does he get bored sometimes?
I think he's the most intelligent horse I've ever been around, and I think just being around him all this time, seeing him in different places, going to different racetracks, it seems like when he first gets to a new place, he really appreciates it, really enjoys himself, and maybe that's why he's done so well here on the Triple Crown Trail. If you really think about it, he shipped into Arkansas, he ran really well. He came back home to Churchill, was only here for a little bit, did really well. Pimlico's obviously well documented, and now hopefully the same for Belmont.
Okay, you worked a bunch of your horses today. Just a comment on, let's say, World Approval, who will be going into Manhattan.
I'm very excited. This winter's was a little bit of a challenge with World Approval. He didn't seem like he was his old self, and we ran him in a state bred race at Tampa, and he really ran awesome, better than we even expected. And since then, I don't know if a light bulb came back on or we woke him back up, but he's been tremendous ever since. Ran an awesome race in the Dixie, and then he worked well this morning, and I'm really excited about the potential of winning another great one with this horse on Belmont Day.
Pretty City Dancer worked. She's going in that the Jersey Girl? Is that right?
She's in the Jersey Girl. She's been a real disappointment. There's no other way to say it. She's been a disappointment. She works like she's one of our best horses we've ever trained. Like, you get goosebumps watching her work, but she hasn't seemed to put it together. I think we haven't found out what her niche is. We're cutting her back to the sprinting distance, thinking maybe that's going to be the difference with her. But she's, like I said, she always works well, so you know going in that you expect her to run well. We've just got to figure out what she wants to do.
Salty's going in the Acorn.
Salty's just an awesome horse. She's a joy to train. She's such a professional. She always puts a lot of effort into her works. You always know she's going to run her A race for you. She's never ran a bad race. She had a tough trip in the Kentucky Oaks, and we really want to get a grade 1 with her, and we think we got a big shot on Saturday.
Now, Awesome Slew was actually your first horse to work.
Awesome Slew's another horse. We got him down in Palm Meadows. The first time I worked him, I was overwhelmed. I was like, wow, this horse is a serious racehorse. We decided to take the blinkers off, decided to cut him back to like at 7/8 mile distances. Thought that would suit him a little bit better than what they had been previously doing. It's worked out really well. He's ran really well the last 3 starts. The idea was to run him in the Met Mile all along, and right now it seems like the plan's coming together really well.